Hello. I come to you with another video. This ain't a deck profile. This will be an experience this time. And as you can see with the title of this deck, Under 5, Level 5, or Ranked, was probably not as fun as I wanted it to be. Yeah, we ran into a lot of problems. Our big problems were this deck. Skull Servants. I swear to God, man, every time there's a new event that comes out and it has cards that are only good for niche requirements, I just get really lazy and I tell myself I refuse to learn something gimmicky if I can just play something very smooth brain and inconsistent. Last year, it was the Mother Spider deck, inspired by Duel. And I swear, man, I had a lot of fun playing that deck a lot because, you know, it was spiders. Spiders, Holmes. However, this year, it was the Year of Bones. As you can see, we have the King of Skull Servant package, and this deck is real simple. I actually forgot how to play it, especially since you really need link cards to make this deck actually fun to play. What do I mean? White Baking. White Baking is the one card where you summon it, you link it off for a link 1, and it comes with the effect where if a level 3 or lower zombie would be controlled, destroyed by battle, or card effect, you can discard this card instead. But that's not what you usually use it for. When you link it off and you send it to the graveyard, you can add 2 monsters with different names that has either Skull Servant or mentions discard 1 card. You just can't get White Baking. And when you throw that into the graveyard, you get White Prince and you get White Lord, and you discard White Prince so you can send Skull Servant and Lady in White to the graveyard. And when you have enough Skull Servant cards, you activate White Lord's effect by discarding him to the graveyard based on how many Skull Servants are in the graveyard. Since you discard 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can pretty much go nuts. You might even have 5 in there, so you go nuts. You mill 5, sometimes 7, and you might get 7. And when that happens, if you somehow discard King of Skull Servants, you remove him from the graveyard so you can special summon King of Skull Servants to the field. But it's not enough, because you need more Skull Servants to do that. But yeah, like I said, this deck is inconsistent. You can also use White Prince's effect to banish him, and you remove 2 Skull Servants. Usually remove the Vanilla or Lady in White. So you're removing 3, and you get a slightly weaker King of Skull Servants. And of course, if you have this in your hand, you can just do this before you special summon King of Skull Servants. Or you can, have this guy, Armageddon Knight. You normal summon him, discard White Baking, or you have this guy, Samurai Skull. Summon him, discard this guy, and you're good. You can just go nuts. Or this guy. You target 1 monster, increase the level, and you discard a zombie card to the graveyard. So you can send this guy and pop off with that huge formula I just sent. Or if you have White Baking and you have Twin Twister, you can do that. Lightning Vortex, you can do that. Forbidden Droplet, the best card in this goddamn deck, you can do that too. And of course, since there's no Maxi, we only have 1 of these. And then we got Reinforcements, Rhoda, so we can get Armageddon Knight and get the other thing. And then we got our 6 only hand traps. We got these cards, and then we got imperms, 3 of each. Or we could just summon this guy and send a zombie card, which goes back to white baking. I hate this deck because all of it revolves around white baking. But if you can just make big beater and slam for game, I guess. And I'm not even talking about the extra deck. This is just for reasons. However, I will say this card right here, number 31, came in clutch, but it was super situational. I wouldn't depend on it. Same thing with this card. Also super situation. In fact, I never even got to use it. I just got to use this card. This is the deck I played. My experience was extremely terrible. I was able to record some replays, or at least keep some replays. Most of it was just surrenders, so I didn't really get a full playthrough. But of course, I was like that too, because if I went first, I would surrender, because this deck needs to go second. And if I'm not going second, then we're facing another problem, having to break a board. This is why we have the hand traps, just in case. This is why we have Forbidden Droplet, just in case. Same thing with Lightning Vortex. If we can, I know we can beat over it, so Twin Twister is something that could get rid of back rows. But when it comes to Naturias, oh man, that deck still gives me trouble. So, I wish I kept it so I can show you what I was talking about, but I forgot and it got deleted. But I'll guarantee you, I lost against Naturia. That's pretty much it. So yeah, all these cards, extremely situational from the extra deck. I don't even know why I added the fusions. But anyways, that's it. Now time for some replays. Okay. This is the match. And this was me trying to figure out how to do things. And trust me, it wasn't pretty. But they went first. And they were activating their sushi deck with a little bit of help. But despite my suffering, how's everyone throwing? I went to a Gunpla event recently and it was a lot of fun. As you know, I build. I also have an Instagram known as Magunpla, and yeah, I just build, but I rarely post photos now these days. I used to do it a lot. Anyways, I do this. I normal summon Armageddon Knight, send White Baking, grab White Mar and King of Skull Servants. I discard White Prince, send Skull Servant and Lady of White, and then I send White Lord, resend everything, and I do that so I can special summon that card, remove those cards for King of Skull Servants, and he does the thing, he does that, and of course I do this too, just so I can special summon another King of Skull Servants, only at 3,000. He activates that, and that happens, and yeah, I'm left alone with just Skull Servant. And remember guys, a skeleton ghost that isn't strong but means trouble in large numbers, and we want to see those large numbers by normal summoning King of Skull Servants only at 5,000. We swing, and then we just chill. I should have said Twin Twisters, but I also remembered, you know, what are we gonna use? Anyways, now our opponent's gonna pop off and he quits. You know what they say, we take those. So this next one is a lot longer. Instead of 5 turns, it took 6. It's not easy, man. It's not easy being Daddy Bones. Anyways. And so, we only have one interaction in our hand. And we're facing Yosenju's. A friend told me to make Yosenju's, but I was just like, nah, I don't want to, dude. I'm pretty sure they're really good. I just, like I said, I'm too lazy to learn something. But either way, it's our turn. And the first thing we do is Harpy's Feather Duster. Get that out of here. And after that, I normal summon Samurai Skull, and then I get ashed. That's the drawback with Skull Servants. If they get hand trapped, that's it. You can't do your combos. So, here we go. This was another scenario where I felt like I should have added a rank 4. Because damn, this would have been perfect. Because I normal summon a Samurai Skull, and I get ashed again. And I'm just like, come on, dude, I can't. So, we just go in, we normal summon, and we attack for 17. Both 17s. So, we're getting close to the end. He normal summons Yosenju, he normal summons another Yosenju. They rank to a level 4. And we get Time Thief Redoer. Kills one of our zombie cards. And then it's my turn. I draw and I get Lightning Vortex. Meanwhile, Time Thief steals a card. We send a card, and I think they draw. I don't remember. I just know that our effects pop off and we can finally do the thing. And then I use White Lord, send some cards. I get King of Skull Servants and White Prince. I send White Prince, he activates the effect, we send Skull Servant and the last card in our hand, and then we normal summon King of Skull Servants. This time he's at a beefy thing, and I'm like, you know what, let me bring out another one. Now they're both at 6,000, and then they quit. So for this last duel, for the last two duels, they were kind of short. Only this time I had the nuts. They do that, and I'm like, okay, cool, they get to draw twice. And they go Mimi Ghoul. I'm like, nah, Ash, bruh. And I think this was a troll deck because he had a lot of face down cards, as you can see. And so I was willing to crash out, summon White Baking, and attack for 300. Saw Cyberjar, activated Forbidden Droplet, negated his effect, activating White Baking's effect by getting Prince and Princess, and I'll send White Prince, send those two cards, and then after that, main phase 2, set 1, activate White Lord's effect, mill, we get Gozuki, remove, special summon, send another White Prince again, sending Lady and Vanilla, and now we're on to the next part of the game. He has hand advantage, activate Cyberjar, and activate Forbidden Droplet once again. It just keeps going, dog. And negate the effect. And then they go Book of Eclipse. Now they're gonna do it again. And I'm like, alright, cool. So basically, he's gonna get monsters and set them face down. He set Koala and another Cyberjar. And at the same time, I get to do the same thing. I get Mizuki, White Baking, and Lightning Vortex with Imperm and Unizombie. And all three of those zombie cards get to be in the field. So, we'll do this. So, we draw. So, I'm going to activate White Lord's effect. Special summon regular King of Skull Servant. And this is the thing where that rank 1 monster comes in. Embodiment of Punishment, number 31. I remove a material, force all the monsters to flip. 2 monsters gets to activate their effect. And then White Baking's effect activates with Forbidden Droplet once again. I send Rhoda because I don't need it anymore because I got enough Skull Servant materials. And I think we negate 2 monsters. Yeah. And we get White Prince. And we get King of Skull Servants. Dustcaller doesn't get to burn us. And Cyberjar doesn't get to do anything. And then I go Lightning Vortex. I discard King of Skull Servants because I'm gonna activate Mizuki's effect to special summon King of Skull Servants. And Skull Servant, King of Skull Servant is gonna swing for 10,000. Yeah. Alright, and the final match. It's another, I don't know what this deck was. I just know they had Labyrinth in there, and my instinct towards Labyrinth archetype cards, it's scary. But thankfully I had Imprint. I don't even know what this card was trying to do. I don't know. It wasn't gonna happen. They had this card, and they got Dogmatica, and they set 2. My turn. I'm gonna normal summon Armageddon Knight, hope for the best, send White Baking, get White Prince, and I'm gonna get a White Mare, send White Prince's effect, send Vanilla and Lady, activate White Lord's effect, mill, and I'm just gonna bring out King of Skull Servants for removing White Prince. And he's not gonna be that strong until I activate that. Yeah. So we swing. They take a lot. They swing for 14. And now, the next turn. Regeki. God damn. When that card comes in, Dogmatic Punishment. They attack until I activate White Prince, lowering her attack points based on how many levels she has. So I only took 300. And then I got lucky. Twin Twister. Activate that card. Send Skull Servant to destroy those 2 cards. And then I remove White Lord to special summon King of Skull Servants. And as soon as that card gets special summoned with White Lady, yeah, they quit. And if you don't know about White Lady, she actually has an effect where zombie cards that's below level 3 are immune to spells and traps. But guess what? I never get to use it because it sucks, alright? It sucks. Goddamn. And that was my time playing Skull Servant. It's a fun archetype, but I wouldn't say it's good. Like, summoning Big Beater will always have a dopamine effect. I just can't really say it's good. I didn't even have like a good time playing it because it's mostly run with link cards, and usually when you involve link cards, they have slightly better synergy. Instead of just trying to go out of your way to discard White Baking to the graveyard, it's annoying. But yeah, that was it. That's the dry bones of this deck. I wish I did more, but I don't know, man. Hopefully the next event will have something more fun to play with than just gimmicks. But anyways, that's all I have for you. Thank you for checking out this video. If you have any suggestions on what archetypes I should play, I might do that. But for the time being, I'll see you guys later. Take care.